Hey, Collective, it's Brandon Curtis, aka the Creating High Priest at Entpgathering Science and Spirituality Meeting with a quick channel message, a psychic investigation. I don't know what's going to come out. Being prompted to deliver messages from Archangel Michael and the rest of the angels, but it might be a hodgepodge of cards. I'm going to start out with this oracle deck and find out where you are. I hope this finds you well. I so appreciate your subscribes, your likes, your comments, booking my services, your donations. I'm so happy that, especially after this eclipse in Taurus, I am a quad Taurus after all. My birthday is this coming week. There's just such a lightness to the energy around me. I can literally feel the karmics running away. And I'm sure that's for, as some spiritual births come up, I'm sure that's true for you as well, Collective. And if you're still burning off some karma and learning some karmic lessons, maybe feeling a little bit down, the next 6 months, fam, it's going to be glorious. Stay grounded and make sure you're nurturing yourself. It is the season of Taurus, after all. So, this is the second house of values and the five senses. So if you are currently in Five of Pentacles or feeling it, know that Six of Pentacles is looming. It's coming up. And in my last reading, what's the tea? I was attracted to this. Signs. Instincts are the message from the inner divine. And I was talking about the five senses. Yeah, this is, you're going to feel a heightened sense of, and I talked about this in the what to expect from the eclipse. Regardless of your signs, but certainly fixed signs and earth signs are going to feel it more. All of you can expect a heightened sense and a heightened connection, a stronger connection to your spirit guides, your ancestors, the angels. And so keep on the lookout for signs from the divine, because you built off or burned off so much karma, and the eclipse is sending back to all your ops and your karmics all the magic and the energy that they were sending your way over the last 6 months. Now that they're preoccupied, in my last reading, what's the tea? The tower fell, and it was definitely the karmics. Divine Feminine, you showed up in that reading, so check it out for more messages. But in this message, coming from the angels, be on the lookout for the signs, because they will be throwing in. And with a lot of playfulness and intelligence, especially emotional intelligence, as we see here the dolphin in water. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. That is your mantra, Collective. That should be your mantra. Let's repeat it. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. Taurus is the second house of the five senses. So clearly, your senses are heightened no matter what sign you are during this solar cycle of Taurus. And if you want a solar cycle reading, go to Entpgathering.com and book me for 33 minutes, $33. We'll do a full 17-card spread, and whatever questions we can cram into that 33 minutes, I'll be there to answer. And if I don't have anyone booked after you, I usually extend it because I enjoy it so much. So those are the two messages from this deck. Non-duality is the final message. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both. So as you are inundated with this new energy, and your senses are heightened, you'll receive more downloads and clearer messaging, even though Mercury's in retrograde and the sign of Taurus. But especially for those who were born during a Mercury retrograde, you're not going to feel it. In fact, most likely, if you're of a certain age, you're well aware of that energy, and for the past few years, Mercury retrogrades haven't affected you like other people and souls energetically. But heightened senses, more downloads, they're not going to be convoluted, they'll be clearer and more precise, and you may be receiving a lot of energy as a result, right? Because your five senses will be inundated with lots of positive energy. Now that your karmics are preoccupied with the tower that is coming to them, falling on them currently, and especially over the next 6 months. I mean, the eclipse just happened, and I'm already feeling such a release from the karmics and the ops who have been sending bad magic my way. 6 of Cups, Scorpio. Motivation lifts up those who are fallen and humiliated. Mercury retrograde. All right, angels, what message do you have for us? Lovely angels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Raphael, Archangel Sandalphon, and Archangel Metatron. What messages do you have from our lovely collective? Hope you're all doing well. I certainly am enjoying this time. It's been nice and toasty warm here on the east coast of the US of A. In my neck of the woods, the Hermit, Virgo energy, Earth energy, mutable Earth energy, alchemy and transformation, rules natural events, helps with spiritual progress. And I just mentioned the weather here. Got some torrential, downpours, sporadic ones, intermittent downpours right before I walked over to the coffee house here. And there's also a threat of tornadoes. So this is taking me back to the solar eclipse. During Taurus season, because all of our senses will be heightened, you can look to the weather. Some of you are so empathic, Earth Angels, chosen ones, Lightworkers, that you're to use the energy in the changing weather to your benefit. Obviously, if it's raining outside or there's threat of tornadoes, you want to be inside and hermit yourself, so take care. But what I'm talking about is the effects of a solar eclipse, affect Gaia herself. Because if you believe like I believe, Gaia is the main organism. We're kind of like healthy gut biome that live in her gut. Separate organisms from the main body, Gaia. But trust and believe that she is also affected by the solar eclipse. So just be aware of how mutable Earth energy, Virgo energy is, and use it to your advantage when you can. It's healthy to get out and play in the rain, so long as there's no threat of lightning and tornadoes, of course. This is very cleansing to the body and the spirit, and to your auric field as well. So that's the first message. And also I just keep hearing investigator. So with a lot of your karmics and your ops receiving the tower right now, I think if you've been gang stalked or you had to hermit yourself because of really dark situations you found yourself in, especially if you have significant 12th house placements, the house of hidden enemies. I have a stellium in the 12th house, which is, what makes me a strong channeler, but also, this is the divine plan for my spiritual awakening and my growth. I was deep in the guts, in the midst of some really dark situations that I was always protected from bodily harm or threat of. And I was protected by my angels and spirit guides. This is the path of the chosen one. And I think many of us are reaching the end of that particular path or cycle. And the solar eclipse marks a great change. Over the next 6 months, expect some great things happening your way. There's going to be a general lightness of being, because literally the darkness that once surrounded you, that you walked away from and healed from, you're transforming. It's literal spiritual alchemy that you've undergone when you went into hermit mode. But I think you're going to be coming out of it. Yeah. Ten of Swords in reverse, absolutely. So all the damage and the hurt and the darkness and the ego death process is over, fam. Revelation protects from sadness, gives revelation in dreams. Ten of Swords is Gemini energy. It's magician energy. But it's my card of ego death. And I see that this hermit here is looking back at this Ten of Swords now in reverse, meaning it's over, fam. And you can, whatever egoic or energy that your karmics and your ops put 10 of swords in your back and left you for dead, you can walk away from that corpse and you can let them dance on it, bury it, play with it, whatever. It's no longer a part of you because you've transmuted all of those energies as a true Earth Angel alchemist that you are. Yep. Cycles ending, the World card. This is not only a card of cycles ending, and specifically, this is a card that's equal to the 4 minor arcana chapters. So Ace of Pentacles to Ace or 10 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands to 10 of Wands. This is 4 of those chapters in one card. Fountain of Wisdom gives success in all ventures. This is what happens when you hermit yourself and you heal and you transform and leave the past in behind you, because it's behind you now. Sun card. Restoration of life, protection from adversaries, rabies, and wild beasts. I don't really need to say more. 2 of Swords. This is my peace of mind card. This was actually my card of the day. What was it? What did it say? I liked what it had to say, so I'm going to read it. And by the way, I'm using Nebula, which I really enjoy. Two of Swords indicate double power and a choice. Think and plan where you actually want to put these efforts to be more effective in approach. The purpose is already clear, it just needs an action. It's important for you to see clearly first to make choice. Else, you can hit the wrong choice when you focus only on actions. This is the time to be practical in approach, not emotional. It should be clear in your mind Do you actually desire to make the efforts in the right direction? And I love it. It's following the world and the sun card. Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. Let's get 5 more. 9 of Wands. Universal medicine, right underneath the Hermit. Elevation of the soul and the revelation of mysteries. 9 is a number of the self and completion. It's the yes, the wounded warrior. It's Sagittarius energy, but Sagittarius energy, like Hermit energy, Virgo, mutable, Earth. Sagittarius is mutable fire, and I say it often. Fire and Earth are the best elements to manifest new beginnings, new anything. So make sure that you don't allow the Ten of Swords, now in reverse, or Nine of Wands energy, the wounded healer energy, to affect the decisions or the choices that you can make now in this new, over the next 6 months, post eclipse. Underneath the Ten of Swords, we have 4 of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, more Earth energy, self-atonement, cures mental illness, deliverance from persecution. Yeah, this ego death, this Ten of Swords now in reverse, that your karmics and your ops put you through, is actually a deliverance from that pain, from that persecution, from all of those swords. And rest assured that when you leave it in the past, as the World card and the Sun card and the Hermit card indicate, there's going to be a restoration, and you're going to cure any sort of mental Ten of Swords bullshit. Also, you're going to cure any sort of spiritual hurts or Nine of Wands energy, where you might feel that your energy was zapped. 4 of Pentacles, 4 is a number of foundations. And I see new foundations being set here underneath the 10 of Swords. That's a good thing, absolutely. 3 of Wands, ooh, love this. 3 is a number of creation, following 9 of Wands, which is a completion of Wands, really, for the self. 3 would be, 3, 6, and 9 are numbers of creation. So construction of the universe, underneath the World card, can't make this up. Help with great works. Protection from adversaries. No, moving forward, now that you have firm foundations, now that you've been through the spiritual madness and the Ten of Swords in the upright, now it's in reverse, World card, Sun card, 2 of Swords, you have options. Well, you have a decision to make. And I'm hearing Archangel Michael doesn't want you to look back at the tower, doesn't want you to look back at even this cycle that's now in the past, World card and Ten of Swords in reverse. Don't look back. You can. It's your choice. But having learned all the lessons you need to learn, and you can move forward with new foundations and confidence, and create a spiritual fire that 3 of Wands bring you, because the angels are calling you and reminding you that, yeah, you have a choice. You can look back and dwell on what happened, or you can come work with us, because we have a lot of things that we want to task you with that are going to bring you a lot of joy and a lot of strength and a lot of spiritual enlightenment and excitement too. And also, when you work with us, you are 100% always protected from any sort of incoming attacks. And I mentioned that some of those people who, your karmics and your ops, who are going through a tower moment, once they get to the very moment that tower has fallen, and I'm imagining like rubble still falling and dust hasn't even settled yet. Some of them, not all of them, not most of them, will come back and they'll try to reattack you. But 3 of Wands, if you don't look back, you're going to be so far ahead of them. You're already going to be working with the divine and new creative projects of your own that you want to do, based simply on the decision of not looking back and only looking forward. I love this. Yeah, the cycle's over. World card. Knight of Cups. Yeah, you're going to move forward with great love and creativity as well, and also emotional intelligence that I think you're going to share. It's part of the great works that the divine has planned for you, or the angels want you to do for them, with them. I'm hearing some of you are entrepreneurs. Definitely, you're lightworkers and healers. You were chosen to do this work, so I think you're going to move forward with great healing capacity. Perception and revelation discovers hidden treasure, reveals secrets of nature. And you're going to reveal the secrets of, well, they will be perceived as secrets to those around you who didn't go through what you went through, Light One, Chosen One. And you're going to share that energy with them of how you were able to, Hermit card, perform the alchemy and underwent the transformation that you did. I think I'm going to do this with it's the revealing God, the angel Ariel, Knight of Cups. Final card, Two of Wands, more Aries energy. This is healthy boundaries, and it's right underneath the Two of Swords. Love and wisdom, victory over those who would attack you. So no, you are well protected. You're victorious, and all you need to do now is choose not to look back, or even if you do look back, eventually there's only one other option after you make that choice, and that's to move forward. So what you do, you're walking right into love and wisdom for all the lessons learned in the past that your karmics and your ops taught you by taking you through that hell. Bottom of the deck, Hierophant. Divine forgiveness, obtains friendship and favors with the great, secures promises. I think I'm going to leave it here and trust and know that the cycle's over. And you've transformed and healed, and you're moving on to much greater things that the divine has in store for you. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Underneath the Hierophant, Two of Pentacles. And these are the 3 twos that appeared in my reading that I did. Check it out if you haven't seen it, on what to expect after this solar cycle, or this solar eclipse. Page of Swords underneath that. Refuge governs dreams, reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. Yeah. You're an immortal one, many of you, and prepare for the energy that's coming your way. It will be intense, but it's going to be so light. Because it will be mostly light and not the darkness that you have transmuted. You have transformed yourself from into a place of healing. World card, Sun card, Hermit card, and now 3 twos. This is about polarity. This is about balance. This is about working with the divine as well. While remaining changeable, adaptable, and when you can recognize the extremes, it's so much easier to follow the middle way, which is the best way. Right-hand path, left-hand path are extremes. But the only way is through, and the best way is truly the middle way. Right along the path the divine has paid for you in gold. So until next time, I appreciate your likes, your subscribes, welcome new subscribers, and welcome back old subscribers. I really hope that you like this and become a subscriber. I'm really shooting for 4,000 subscribers. I'm on point to get my required 4,000 watch hours. But I seem to have plateaued with the subscriberships. So yes, I appreciate a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Until then, namaste.